All right. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but there's a tornado alarm going off right now. That's the second one so far today.
And a long day of cleanup is ahead in parts of North Georgia where severe weather struck on Monday. Most of the damage was in Cherokee County, where high winds knocked down trees and damaged a number of homes. The high winds also ripped roofs and damaged vehicles. Amazingly, no serious injuries are reported. Fox 5's Denise Dillon has more.
And I saw the trees falling. And I said, boy, this can't be happening. And the trees just kind of fell over one after the other. And the windows were shaking. And I just grabbed everything and ran in the closet.
When Anita Durfee decided it was safe enough to come out, this is what she saw. Damage everywhere.
It looks like a war zone, and we're such family here in this neighborhood that we'll be fine. We'll pick it up and put it back together, but it's devastating.
At this storage yard in Canton, the boats and RVs are piled on top of each other, tossed by strong winds that came through on one of the busiest days of the season. Many owners had just dropped off their boats and RVs after a busy Labor Day weekend.
A lot of stuff is unrecognizable. We can't even tell what it is.
Ken Hunt came by to see if his RV was damaged, but it was nowhere to be found.
It was right over here at where that boat's at, just one slot over from that, and here's space number 15. And, well, I don't know. It could be almost anywhere now.
After searching the entire property, Hunt finally found his RV, or pieces of it.
Oh, well, we have about 250 units, and the best I can tell at this time, we probably got 90 or so that's severely damaged.
Next door in Holly Springs, a family is grateful no one was hurt when this 80-foot tree sliced off the kitchen.
They had just finished eating and had just walked into the living room, which is adjacent, to watch a soccer game, and like seconds after they left, the tree just like fell in the kitchen.
Memories lost, but everyone is safe.
Oh, I was devastating. I mean, this is home, so you can imagine. My dad built this house, and he did the wiring in this house 67 years ago.
That was Fox 5's Denise Dillon reporting. We checked with Georgia Power just a few minutes ago, and they tell us that crews are working to restore power to 18,000 people statewide. 7,500 of those outages are in the metro area.
I'm Matt Pearl here in Woodstock, Georgia. I'm at Dixie Speedway, the longtime Cherokee County racetrack, and as you can see, it took quite a beating as well. The storm ripping through at about 3:30 this afternoon. In its wake, close to $500,000 in damage, according to the racetrack's owner, Mickey Swims.
The concession stand, it took all the tops off of them. It blew windows out of trucks down there. It took all the debris, took the billboards down, and it was just devastating.
Some of the worst damage right here in the corner. You can see the crowd control fence. This got taken down. Owner Mickey Swims tells me it will be going back up. What won't be going back up? These bleachers toppled at around 3:30, and they won't be seen at this racetrack again.
Life is more important than materials. We can go back, we can build back, but you can't put life back, and thank God it didn't hurt nobody here.
But if you're wondering whether or not they'll be able to rebuild, just know this. Before I left, the last thing owner Mickey Swims did was give me some of these racing schedules. He said they will have crews 24 hours a day for the next 3 days, and they will be racing again this weekend. At Dixie Speedway, Matt Pearl, 11 Alive News.
Thanks. This morning we continue our team coverage of the damage left behind by the remnants of Tropical Storm Lee. There's been at least one confirmed tornado and several more suspected twisters that did lots of damage to dozens of homes. One of the hardest hit areas was Cherokee County. That's where at least one tornado has been confirmed. CBS Atlanta's Rebecca Schramm is live in Woodstock in a neighborhood where they did see extensive damage. Rebecca, how's it look this morning?
Well, Tracy, we are in the Brookshire subdivision off Ashland Parkway, and I want to give you a look at what I just found here. It's a planter, probably from somebody's front porch, that ended up here in this side yard. This is just one example of what we're seeing in this neighborhood. We're told 100 homes here have damage of some sort, and other parts of Cherokee County were hit hard too.
Chris Satterfield had just pulled his Jeep into his driveway when the raging winds came out of nowhere.
The whole Jeep just shook. And I was like, by spraying. I was like, please, Lord, let me make it through this.
When it was over, his neighbor's house was in shambles. Jose Cisneros got emotional when he described the apparent tornado.
I was in the living room with my kids, and we started hearing the wind, and I just hugged them.
In Woodstock, Sean and Gretchen McNew were driving down Bascom Carmel Road to the store when they drove in the path of a tornado.
And so we turned around. And when we did, it just began to, you could see the swirling and all of the branches were hitting, and we stopped.
The car started to shake, and next thing you know, there's huge limbs just flying across the road.
Just heard a pop, and it was the tree on the back of the car.
We got out of the van, and the first thing I told her was, we were meant to live.
Yeah, I'm back here in the Brookshire subdivision. Here's one tree that didn't survive. It just fell right over during the height of the storm yesterday. It'll take a crew from the National Weather Service to come out here and determine if indeed it was a tornado that touched down here. We're live in Woodstock. Rebecca Schramm, Better Mornings Atlanta.